Hello everyone, welcome to day 225 of playing chess every day for you. Let's find the game. I'll play e4. We get instant d5, so I'm happy to play the Scandinavian. Queen over. I'll just take the center here. Seen this many times before. I will go ahead and probably just I'd love to bring my light squared bishop out before I do anything else, so I think I'll do that. And I'm planning to just have a really solid center. If I go back with my bishop now, they'd probably just leave. I could go ahead and just block their bishop with my knight. I'm not sure if bishop e2 is better or if maybe knight to f3 is better. Or knight to e2. I don't want to spend far too long thinking here. I'll play knight to f3 and then go ahead and castle. Or slide my queen up. My knight will be pinned. They can't really put any more pressure on at the moment. And I'll try and create an attack on their queen. So this is what I'll do. I'll play bishop d2. I'm just looking for knight to e4. They actually allow me to go for this. If I go knight to e4, they can pin me. But then I'd castle and I'd be safe. So now I'll go knight to e4, hit their queen. They do go back. This lets me damage their structure though. They're fine with that. I'll go ahead and castle. They anchor in their bishop. I think what I'll do here is I'll break the pin. And their bishop will almost be trapped. So after I play knight to h4, they don't really have anywhere to go with their bishop, so knight to h4 is a very nice move. And if they choose to go bishop f5, then they triple their pawns, and it's just terrible for them. So they choose to trade off now, which is probably the best choice they have. They bring their knight forward. They can't really go anywhere at the moment. I'll bring my rook to the center, which is always useful. Then I'm threatening to push. And if I push and they take, I can take. They bring their bishop. They're threatening a check. But then I just slide away and I think I'm completely fine. Go ahead and push. I'm not scared of the check. I think I just step away. Either way. Probably to f1 instead of h1. They can't take this way. They can take this way. But then I'd probably just take with my queen. Then with my rook. Okay, so here I either step to h1 and leave, or I allow them this strength on this side of the board. I'm not sure what the best thing to do is. I like king to f1 more, it seems more safe at the moment. King to f1, I'm threatening to take here. I'm down the pawn with a weaker king. They have the choice of castling now, but it can't really be that good for them with these pieces. If they long castle, that would allow me to almost pin their queen. And here my next move could be to trap the bishop, which is something that I missed not so long ago. They should probably leave with their bishop. They can't really allow me to take her and have this strong piece. This move g3 would also let me pin their queen or attack the queen if they have a castle. Even though my king is so weak, I still think I'm doing well here. I'm just threatening here, threatening to push. They actually do go ahead and castle. I could trap the bishop now. I think just taking is good though. The knight jumps forward, but I actually have a way to pin the knight to the queen here. Although that'd lose my bishop, so my bishop's defended. I could go to pin their bishop. Taking isn't that good. g3 looks like such a dangerous move. My knight's protected, my bishop's protected, so I'm fine there. g3, their bishop's cut off. Then I can play this and pin the knight. But then that rook is staring at my queen the entire time. So my bishop's kind of pinned to my queen as well. And if they take, it undefends my bishop. This is actually such a complicated position. I think what I could do here is unpin my bishop from my queen. I'm playing queen to e2. I'm not sure how I feel about this move. And g3 is of course possible. And I'm just planning to take here and pin the... Well, I could plan to pin the knight now. Right after g3. So maybe I go g3 bishop f4. I do have the bishop pair, so... Now that there's more space on the board, the position's more open, they could help me a lot. They go ahead and take that, and that's okay. But I think g3 is still good for me, just because I'm threatening to take their bishop. If they push, that's probably their best move. And they do. So now takes, takes, and takes. But before that happens, I have this move. And if they ever take, I take their queen, so I don't think that's possible. They can't really hold on to the knight, I think. What they can do is still go ahead and take. But then I just take, and I'm completely happy with this. If they take, I also just take the knight, because that tempers their queen. My plan is just to win this. That would be a fantastic move for me, because their queen could get pinned to their king if they're not careful. But my king is also very unsafe with this bishop here and this pawn and rook on this file. I also see this move bishop to g4, which just attacks this pawn. And if they push through, I temper their queen. And then that would also hit their rook. So it's definitely ideal. Bishop to g4. I don't know who's winning here. My king seems so unsafe, but their king isn't very strong either. Bishop g4, if they took, that would hang their queen, so rook over. It's a good move. But I feel like if I simply just go ahead and temper their queen, even if they take, they go for this. Now I do have this move, which is bishop to g4, attacking the pawn, which would attack the rook with the check. My king is in danger. I could go ahead and take this now, which would defend this. But they simply trade. I actually prefer to go for this. Bishop to g4. They played rook up defending, which is good, but it also gives me queen to e4 now. And I hit the rook again. Hitting the rook, defending my bishop, making some space for my king. I think this is a good move. And I'm seeing that queen to g2 will eventually be good, because however they choose to take, I think their bishop will be under attack. Rook over. Now I could trade. I could go ahead and trade here, winning the pawn. But I don't like this around my king at all. I think going back here is an option. They can save their bishop. What I could do here is try to rook lift. I could go for this, taking the pawn. I'm just trying to simplify, but I dislike this area around my king completely. I could bring another rook into the game. Could bring my queen back. I don't know what's the best move here. I could go for this, pinning the pawn to their rook, which seems quite good. No, if they take, I take. Oh wow, that just actually hangs a pawn though. Yeah, that hangs my pawn completely. That's a big mistake. A huge mistake. I thought that I was threatening her to trap the bishop, because if they took, it would hang a check, but instead I've just put myself in massive trouble here. And now I'm down 2 pawns. And this is not looking good for me. I could push f3, just trying to lock in my bishop here as a way to defend myself, but queen to h1 was a big blunder. They bring their queen over, attacking my bishop. And I could give up my bishop and then go ahead and pin their rook to their king, but I don't think that helps me at all. The best move here, this looks like it traps my bishop as well. I think the only choice I have here is bishop h3, or maybe queen up. Queen up is a move. I'm under huge pressure here. I have to make sure everything's defended here. This bishop pawn combination is so strong. I'm attacking this right now with the check, which could be good, but they play queen over. I'm not sure how I feel about this move. I mean, taking would be almost a fork. Unfortunately, the rook can take. So I think I actually slide my own rook over and try to bait them into not defending the pawn. They also double up on this, which is a problem now. And I could play queen over. That's a big threat. I think I have to play queen down now, unfortunately. But then they push their pawn, and I'm under just huge pressure. They can slide their rook over. I just have to try and hold on to everything. I definitely have to activate this rook to d1 and then potentially up. Rook over. Probably trying to remove my queen. I mean, I think I play bishop back here, but if they move their bishop, they're hitting my queen. Bishop back must be the only move. Now they hit my queen once they move their bishop. I should probably try to unpin myself. So now takes, rook takes. They choose to take. Now if I take though, I guess the point is that my queen is hanging. So I can take a rook and a bishop here for a queen. If I take the bishop, they take my queen. And this just can't be good for me. I think I have to take there. Could take here. The only problem with taking there is that the queen will defend this, so unfortunately I have to go for this. They just win material here, there's nothing I can do. The queen takes. They choose to just simplify. And they win my bishop as well. This is very, very bad. I'm not sure that if there's anything else I could have done to stop myself from losing material, but they can just keep giving checks. I could probably block with the rook, but I think them even sacrificing could lead to them winning the game. I'll go ahead and block. My rook's pinned to my king. They can probably still just push. Just this move, if this move happens, they just have a check. And it's almost made. They pick up my rook actually. After h2, if I move my rook to g2, they pick up my rook. So they're just stopping me from any of that. I'll play on, but this is a resignable position. They can just probably push here. That would actually be mate after I move my rook. Almost mate. Queen g2, king e1, and then queen down is mate. Rook g2 loses the rook. There's nothing I can do. I lose the rook to queen to f3 check. There's queen f3 check, king e1, and they just pick up the rook. They can probably even sacrifice their queen if they want to, because I'm not stopping this. If they take the rook, I'm just gonna resign. They just choose to promote first. And that's fine, I'll just resign in this position. Good game to them. Let's have a look at this game. So I played with a 71.6, They played with a 79.6. I had 3 mistakes, they had 2, but I made 1 blunder this game, and that was when I played queen to h1. This was all fine. It's best just to develop my knight and be fine with them pinning me, because then I just unpin myself with my bishop, which I should have thought of. Knight to e2 is the best move. I get to damage their structure and I'm slightly better here. I'm not sure what the point of b4 is. Pushing there is not good. It just loses the pawn. Or it loses the h2 pawn. And king h1 was the better move than king at f1, because then I'm threatening to trap the bishop at least. King to f1. If they make any kind of move, I think I just have g3 trapping the bishop. But either way, I played to the wrong square. Knight forward is the best move. I actually had to push here, because if they take with the queen, that would allow me to play bishop to a3 or bishop to b3. This is a blunder. So it was g3 this game that was the blunder, and not queen to h1. I had to just go ahead and take her and simplify the game. Take the free pawn when I had the chance to. Rook over was a mistake. But I played the wrong move. I had to bring my king up to attack the bishop. And that actually helped me win the bishop, I think. That bishop was a terrible piece to defend against. It's best just to take the bishop first, because then at least, if they take my queen, at least I have 2 pieces to defend my king and not 1. They take with check anyway, so I don't understand this. For example, this. They're still completely winning and there's nothing I can do, so instead I take their rook first. But I still lose all my material anyway, so, and from here it's just, the game is just lost. So I lost this game when they threw away the game here with this move, because I could have brought my king up and actually brought my king to complete safety, and even 1 material here. King to g2 was a big move that I missed this game. I really lost the game by not taking the free pawn when I had the chance to. But anyway, that'll be it for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.